Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us this evening. Muchas gracias por acompañarnos en esta tarde. Bienvenidos a nuestra junta de la mesa directiva. Thank you for coming to our school board meeting. And I also want to thank those of you who are joining us online. Before I call the meeting to order, I remind the public that if you would like to address the school board in open forum, if you could please fill out one of the yellow forms that are in the entrance and turn it into Mary Lou Delgado, our administrative assistant. Thank you. With that being said, I now call this Gadsden Independent School District regular school board meeting to order. The time is 5:02 and the date is Thursday, August 22nd, 2024. Ms. Delgado, can you please take roll call?
Ms. Flores?
Present.
Mr. Lira?
Present.
Ms. Murillo?
Present.
Ms. Rodriguez?
Present.
Madam President, we have established quorum.
Thank you, ma'am. Please, actually, I'm going to hand it over to Superintendent Dempsey because I believe the principal. Okay, Mr. Smith, come up to the podium. Sorry about that, sir.
Madam President, members of the board, Superintendent Dempsey, could we please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and also for the salute to the great state of New Mexico. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I salute the flag of the state of New Mexico, the Zia symbol of perfect friendship among united cultures. Thank you. Welcome to the land of the mighty sons. It is our turn. Before I can continue, I'd like to introduce our new assistant principal, Ms. Sylvia Soto, and I know she would like to come up and greet our community with a few words, and then we'll get on with our program if you'll give us that permission.
Good afternoon to everyone. I'm happy to be here at Sunrise Elementary and happy to see such a wonderful crowd today. We hope you enjoy our fourth grade performance, and again, welcome. En español, bienvenidos. Estoy contenta de estar aquí en la escuela Sunrise Elementary, en esta maravillosa comunidad. Esperamos que disfruten de nuestro programa de los niños de cuarto año. Y de nuevo, bienvenidos.
Yeah.
It is my honor to ask our fourth grade music teacher, period, Mr. Mitchell Weatherly, to call his youngsters to the stage, and we have a couple of songs to present to you.
Hello. There we go, much better. So I'm proud to announce we're ready to start our fourth grade performance today. We're gonna be doing two different things. The first song we're gonna be singing is called Let's Get Started, in the spirit of getting the school year started. Here we go with our song, Let's Get Started. We hope you enjoy.
Our next song we're going to do, we're not going to be singing, but we're going to be doing movements to try and show what the music sounds like. We're going to be doing a movement piece to Vivaldi's Summer. We hope you enjoy. these presentations and animations.
Thank you. Before we continue, I'd like to have
educational opportunities that empower students to be successful in an ever-changing world. El Distrito Escolar Independiente de Gadsden brindará diversas oportunidades educativas que capacitarán a los estudiantes para tener éxito en un mundo cambiante.
Thank you. Moving on to our next item on the agenda is Superintendent Dempsey's district updates and recognitions. Superintendent Dempsey.
Madam President, board members, thank you for joining us this evening. The first item we have is College Board and what I want to make the board aware of. Now, College Board is the organization that takes care of advanced placement, AP, and SAT. And so this is a national organization that is has an enormous responsibility in terms of those two programs, which we use a lot of. I had recently, someone had reached out to me from College Board and asked if I would serve on their Superintendent Advisory Council. And so it gives us an opportunity. What I would share with the board is to give a feel for what it's like in Gadsden. And it should give us a little bit of a voice in how those things are made, how tests are distributed, the way in which questions are worded, those type of things, which are really a big deal in, for our kids, because big decisions are made based on the success of those tests. So it's a great opportunity. I'd love to hear from you. If I don't think our first meeting is till December, but if you have some ideas or thoughts, or students have had some experience with SAT and AP and would like to tell me about them, I'd love to hear it so that we can share what it's like in Gadsden on a national platform. So I'm really excited about that opportunity. The next item we have Chaparral Middle School Mesa students. So Ms. Williams, I believe, will present this.
Madam President, member of the board, Superintendent Dempsey, on behalf of Mrs. Vida Montes, she's not here with us tonight, but Ms. Vida Montes has been an inspiration in our community. She has led our students to national honors, to recognizing our Mesa students nationally. And so with that said, we will miss her. She's moved on. She's now with New Mexico State University for their STEM projects. And hopefully she'll be supporting us. Dr. Acosta is here on her behalf to present our students. Dr. Acosta?
Hello, everyone. I just want to say a couple of words for Ms. Vida Montes. She is working for NMSU and for the STEM outreach program, and her location is going to be secondary schools here at Gadsden, so she can spread her knowledge when it comes to robotics to all our schools in the district. Also, she sent us a couple of words to share with you, and I have them here, and I would like to read them to you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the board, Madam President and Superintendent Dempsey. This summer, Chaparral Middle School state champions from New Mexico, Mesa, USA, competed in the National Engineering Competition and achieved an impressive first in design proposal. First in academic poster, third in technical pitch, and third place overall. Mrs. Vida Montes is incredibly proud of this team and their dedication during the summer break. She extends her heartfelt thanks to all who supported them, including the past Mesa students, teachers, administrators, and I would like to add, I've been in Chaparral for 20 years now, and we have so many people that sit on this side of the table that have supported your children. I want to recognize Mr. Palu, Mr. Saul, Mr. Wilgamuth, who helps us push this technology here in Chaparral. And without your vision and without their vision, none of this is even possible. So I want to thank you, gentlemen, for all that you do. She also extends her heartfelt thanks to teachers, administrators, Ms. Williams, who provides the environment for us to flourish, and Mrs. Guerra from Nutrition, Mrs. Norma Payares, our cafeteria manager, and the students' parents for their guidance and motivation. We are also grateful to this board for its ongoing support of MESA and robotics and moving us not only with service, career pathways, but through to technology career pathways. And Representative Willie Madrid for his continued sponsorship of travel and material. A special thanks to you, to NMSU STEM Outreach for assisting with co-sponsors. The numerous accolades, 7 national awards, 12 Best Robotics, and countless Mesa Day awards reflect the collective effort of our community. Thank you, as always, for your unwavering support in helping our students succeed here at Gadsden. The 3 students who represented us are Caleb Sanchez, Adeline Gamboa, and Rogelio Betancourt. They will now present their project once more.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of the board and Superintendent Dempsey. We are the representatives for the Team New Mexico in the MESA NEDC. Our team consists of 3 members, myself, Adeline Gamboa, and my 2 peers, Rogelio and Caleb Sanchez. Our team advisor is Mrs. Rina Viramontes, who unfortunately could not make it today. The National Engineering Design Competition consisted of learning about the 17 UN goals and choosing one of them to solve in our community. Our team chose 12.3 to reduce food waste by at least half. We made a device and an app to help reduce food waste in cafeterias. We also worked on a design proposal, an academic poster, a technical pitch, and a symposium. We would like to thank our advisor, Mrs. Viramontes, and everyone else who made this possible by providing feedback to help us improve, as well as all the MESA team that made the competition possible. Now my team members will talk more about our prototype.
Hello, I am Caleb Sanchez. Imagine this: while millions of people go to bed hungry every night, an astounding 1.3 billion tons of people go to bed. 1.3 billion tons of food is wasted globally. Of that, 530,000 tons of food is wasted each year by schools in the United States. Inspired by these alarming statistics, we decided to tackle food waste starting from our own school cafeteria. At our school, we found that 2 main issues contribute to food waste. Firstly, students often don't know what lunch will be served in advance, leading to them not eating the lunch. Secondly, our cafeteria manager, Norma Payares, lacks the technology to estimate how many students we eat that day, often leading in too many lunches being prepared. This results in approximately 500 lunches thrown out per month. Our team has developed a solution, a device and app that provides students with advanced lunch menu information and gives cafeteria workers an accurate count of expected eaters. Our initiative aligns with UN Sustainable Development Goal 12, more specifically target 12.3, which aims to halve food waste by 2030 at consumer and retailer levels. Now to Rogelio.
Here's a demonstration of our food track app. Every morning during first period, students will first enter their 5-digit ID numbers. After they've entered their 5-digit ID numbers, the lunch menu for that day will be displayed across the screen. Next, they will select if they want to eat or not. Finally, they will be taken to a thank you screen, where they can then access an additional screen that contains information on how to reduce food waste in our schools. For cafeteria staff to view the current count on the app, all they need to do is press the admin button in the home screen. For the schools that prefer to use the physical device option, students are first going to enter their 5-digit ID numbers. After they've entered their 5-digit ID numbers, the lunch menu for that day will be displayed across the LCD screen. Next, they will press the blue button if they want to eat, and the star button if they do not. Finally, they will be taken to the thank you screen. If using for the cafeteria staff to view the current count on the device, all they need to do is press the button in the enter ID screen. Thank you for your time and consideration.
come up to the front so we can take a picture. Miss Williams, come up too.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Ms. Williams. Our next item is the Gadsden ISD Tech Kings. This is a STEM presentation. I can't do this without having Ms. Villalobos, though. Rosie, can you come? What I want the board to understand is how much work and effort, and really this was a thought that the academic services had, and then Rosie is so amazing at bringing it to life. And so if you'll think back 5 years, we had none of this, right? None of these components. And so what you'll see tonight is the initiatives that we're hoping will hook our students and get them interested in those things to keep them motivated in school. So Rosie, you want to introduce your team or tell them a little about it?
Thank you. Good afternoon, Madam President, members of the board. It is with so much excitement that we are having this presentation. Just to give you a little vision on why this is happening. When we started with the ARP application, one of the parts that we say is like, where are the STEM activities in the district? And to be really updated and have a good STEM program is a huge investment. So with the guidance of Mr. Dempsey, and tell us we have the vision how we're going to make this happen, we have been using ARP funds, Title I funds, and Title IV funds. Title IV has three parts, but one of them is the effective use of technology. And through the last 3 years, we have been investing slowly with the goal in mind of becoming the most innovative district in the state of New Mexico when it comes to technology. To be able to do this, we need to have a team that has that vision, because it's like they talk of technology, and I'm amazed at all those things because I don't understand any of them. My job and our job is to make this happen for our kids, because technology has become an equity issue. And right now we can tell you each one of our schools have amazing programs in technology. We make huge investments on this, but thanks to this amazing team that we have, or the instructional specialists in technology, you're gonna see them. They are amazing. And when those three are together, it's like, oh my God, something great is gonna be happening, because their ideas, their innovation, the way they training, you're gonna be amazed at all the things. I hope you had the time this afternoon to see what the kids are doing, because what they're doing is really amazing. Our kids in 6th grade are coding. I mean, they are programming. They are doing amazing things. So it's like giving the opportunity to every one of our kids to do this. So I would like to introduce you our amazing team, Mr. Jim Paliu, Mr. Daniel Paz, Mr. Saul Nunez, and I leave you in amazing hands.
Thank you, Rosie. Good evening, everybody. Madam President, School Board, Superintendent Dempsey, thank you for giving us this time to show you all the fantastic things, well, not all, but some of the fantastic things we are doing in this district to bring our students into the 21st century. So we have our vision statement up there. We are an innovative program, envisions future where every student, regardless of background, has equitable access to cutting-edge STEM and technology education.
Okay, so before I start, I just want to thank Madam President Flores for having us here, school board members, and Superintendent Dempsey. Thank you very much. As a product of Gadsden ISD, I'm just really happy to serve the community and our teachers, bringing the technology that the students are asking for so that they can have the advantage when they get to the university level. So thank you very much for that. I wanted to start by also thanking Dr. Acosta, Ms. Viramontes, who's not here, the students. You guys did amazing. We're really proud of you. And you guys need to keep going because that's where the future is going to be for you, those careers. So you guys did an excellent job. 8 out of the 10 richest people in the world have technology to thank for the money they're making now. Our industry is technology. We want to make sure that our students are prepared for that industry, for that future, because that's where all our students need to be. First of all, I want to introduce an exciting program, audio enhancement. Audio enhancement is coming into our schools at this time. Not every school has it yet, but many of our schools do. And what audio enhancement does, it gives every child the opportunity to go home, to review videos from what they learned in the class, to be able to translate those videos into Spanish if they need to, and for teachers, it provides a place where they can reflect on their profession. They can reflect as practitioners, review how they teach the class, improve on their own by reviewing those videos. I think audio enhancement is a great system. Not only does it provide a video recording system, but it also provides a speaker surround sound system within a classroom so that every child can hear and listen and pronunciate the words that the teachers are speaking in that class. So it's going to give our students a big advantage. And I really appreciate you for allowing us to have audio enhancement in the school district. This is something that we are going to go into the classrooms to help teachers with so that they can further assist their students.
I would also like to thank you all, Madam President, Superintendent Dempsey, and the board members. I'm also a product of the Gadsden district, and it's a pleasure to be bringing some of these initiatives into the district and seeing all the great growth that can come out of them. One of the tools that we're going to be bringing in is artificial intelligence. So have you ever had your child at home ask you a question that you just can't answer or you seem to not know the answer to? It's too late to call the teacher? Well, Magic School and Skillstruck are AI programs that allow teachers to create artificial intelligent tutors in any language to assist students at home. May it be advanced calculus or helping with math homework or a science project. These AI tutors are replicas of the classroom teacher with that teacher's special touch added into these AI tutors. So this is one of the programs that we would like to make sure that we are a district of inclusivity, and this allows for all students to have the equitable education.
This is a program we've had in the district now for 1.5 years. It's called LEGO Education. LEGO Education was brought into the district as a resource for science. It's bigger than that. It is cross-curricular. It is purposeful play. The kids get to play with Legos, they think, but they're actually learning with these Legos. They are learning standards, they are learning science, and cross-curricular is that it also engages them in ELA, language arts. It is bilingual, it is math, it is computer science, it is many, many things, including SEL, social emotional learning. So this is a program we brought in, and we had started with K through 6. We're taking it down to pre-K now. So they're all going to learn how to program, how to think in a logical manner, how to solve problems. This is a new program for this year for pre-K, but we've had it for a year. And if you've ever watched the kids playing with this, well, I shouldn't say playing with this, using this in the classroom, you'd be amazed at how engaged they are and how they can tell you exactly what they're learning, what standard they're addressing, what objective they're going through. Everything is there. And they're doing it with the teacher on the side, as I say, the guide on the side, and they're guiding them through purposeful questioning.
So this year, we're also happy to announce that we are continuing two of our very popular after-school programs. The first one is our drone program. Our drone program was here last year, where we're trying to get our students certified with an FAA 107 license. The other program we have is esports, and esports is a very popular program. We have over, I think Dr. Acosta mentioned he had over 50 kids show up to his class on the first day of esports. It is just a program to engage our kids, to teach them how to game responsibly, to show them communication skills, and to teach them the skills in using computers. So we really want to engage our kids. It's a program that all the kids really love. This is already our officially our third year going. And now we're happy to introduce that it will be going into the middle school as well. We have drones going into the middle school, esports going into middle school, and plus two new programs. We have a DJ program, and we have cybersecurity program. All four of these programs involve a lot of technology. We will be providing the professional development for our teachers. That way their teachers can go back to their classrooms and help the students so that they can get into these programs. As well as these four programs will provide the opportunities for our kids to help them with jobs and also getting into the university and having an advantage over other students when they know these type of technologies. So again, just esports and drones, we're just really excited to have this. I had a teacher from Chaparral High School yesterday, Mr. Richmond, tell me that he had an ELL student who was very shy last year. After this student joined esports, that student is very talkative to his class, to him, to all the students. Like they just love talking now, and I just think esports is just a great program to bring to our kids, and it's going to bring up our attendance for sure. Our kids want to be there, they want to play, they want to compete against these other schools, and this is what they want. This is the student-focused, centered school activity. Drones as well. Drones, you know, the students, I don't know if you saw the drones out here, but they love flying the drones. In drones, we have this year from grades 4 all the way to grades 12. So those students will have the opportunity to use drones in the classrooms or after school, and there is a competition. So that might also help with getting the students more motivated to go out there and compete, and we're looking forward to having the drone program again.
We're going to be supporting our computer instructional assistants, bringing 21st century skills to the elementaries. We're going to make sure that some of these initiatives, these students have opportunities to do coding, since most of the richest people in the world had their careers start off in technology. Why not give our students those opportunities? And by empowering our computer instructional assistants with the tools and the resources, we will be able to build brighter futures for our students in technology.
This year, we are also very happy to support our digital media specialists, who are our librarians. They will be getting new technologies into the library so that every school has a resource center for our students, so that our students have more technologies to use. We are bringing in 3D printers to our libraries so that they can create anything from a math manipulative to something they read in a book, or even if they wanted to create their own chess sets and play chess within their class without having to order them. So all of these are going to be available to the students and teachers so they can learn from them alike. 3D printers, they're even printing homes now. So it's something that we need to invest in our kids so they learn the skills that they will use in the future. The next thing we're bringing in are the VR headsets. That picture in the middle, you see a child there, he's manipulating some cogs there, but he's basically, these VR headsets will be used in multiple ways. The VR headsets can provide our students an experience that they've never had before. So I've had a classroom where I've had kids walk up to me and tell me, I've never seen a beach, ever. And I won't ever see one, Mr. Nunez. I can't leave a certain area. These are the experiences that I've had as a teacher. Bringing in the VR headset, you can take them to a world far away. You can take them to Rome. You can take them to the beach. You can also take them to an anatomy class and visit the bloodstream. Visit what cells look like in the bloodstream. You can do the things that you might not be able to do just by reading a book. So those are the initiatives that are coming into every single library in the school district. Also, we are very, very excited. This is something we've been very excited about. We would like to present to you the very first annual Gadsden Festival. The Gadsden Festival will be held on December 14th from 8:30 in the morning till 2:30 in the afternoon. We are inviting every child and family to visit us. We will have NMSU as a partner. They will be partnering with us there, where all the students will have hands-on activities in STEM that they can go and explore with their families. We will also be having competitions from grades K through 12 in STEM. And in specific, they will be innovation challenges, just like these young people here from Chaparral Middle School. So we are looking forward to seeing you there. We will have a STEM competition where we will ask the students to solve a challenge based off a need in our community. And just like they came up here and they spoke, that will be the same kind of format that we'll have at the STEM Festival. We hope to see every school there. We hope to see everybody compete and have a good time and also learn from this experience. And the reason we're doing this is because our kids need to know that they are unique and they deserve to be heard. And the more students we can bring into the STEM Festival, I think that's our goal and our vision, to bring every kid, to give them the chance and opportunity to present and innovate and know that they're part of our society and that they matter.
And in order to make sure that all these programs are successful, the technology department is going to make sure that we support all of these initiatives by teaching our teachers. We make videos called Tech Talks that we share to show little tips and tricks for all the teachers in the district to get more tech savvy. We're going to be providing podcasts, tutorial videos to show off the wonderful teachers in our district that are using technology, as well as tech newsletters and an upcoming website that will contain all of this information that will be linked with our district website. And one of the big things, in order for these to work, we're in the classrooms, we're in the campuses training the teachers so that they can use these tools with fidelity. And with that, I just want to thank you guys, and we want to make Gadsden this year tech-tastic.
If you haven't got to watch some of those videos that they provide, it's really nice, and they make it fun and exciting as well. So, okay. Thank you. Our next item is the Gadsden ISD Community District Model. Ms. Villalobos?
Good afternoon again, Madam President, members of the board. It is with great excitement that we want to present this innovation idea that we're going to have as a district. All of you are familiar with the concept of community schools. And we have had this question from PED and from other people that are putting kind of pressure on us sometimes, like, why come the Gadsden doesn't have a community school? So we have been very thoughtful about how we can do this. Because when the time comes to do the applications, just for your information, to have a community school that comes from Title I, and that has to be part of the Title I application, you add there the component of the community school. If you do that, you commit to follow the guidelines on the state, and the only thing they will give you in exchange is the salary of a coordinator. And when it was time to do the applications, sitting down with Mr. Dempsey's big concern is like, how can we select one school? Because all our schools are Title I. We are not like Las Cruces. Las Cruces have 2 or 3 community schools. They are not a Title I district. We are. And how we can do this so that we can serve the whole community. So reviewing all this, we say, you know, we can do the district a community district, follow the guidelines from the federal government and from the state of New Mexico on what it takes to be a community school. We are implementing, and I'm going to show you all those things so that you can understand and see why we have all the components on a community school on each one of our schools, and what is the innovation that we're doing, that we want to call ourselves a community district. So, Mr. Snowdy. So, why we decided to do this? Because we are committed to meeting the needs of the whole child. We want to help our students grow academically. We want them to improve their well-being. And the community school focus mainly is on meeting the needs of the student in their communities, from physical and mental supports to after-school programming to tutoring. All those things are part of the community school. Following those guidelines, that's why we are becoming a community district to serve not only one school. We want to serve, our goal is to serve each one of our schools and each one of our kids. So it can go to the next slide. So just to give you a little bit of background, what the federal government guidelines are? The federal government says that there are 4 pillars to have a community school. Those are the components. New Mexico, if we can go to the next slide, New Mexico said, we're going to add 2 more components. And that's the state of New Mexico model for community schools. What are they? Have powerful student and family engagement, collaboration on leadership and share power and voice, expanded culturally enriched learning opportunities. So New Mexico PED added this one, which is rigorous community-connected classroom instruction. And the other thing that New Mexico added is have culture of belonging, safety, and care. And the other one pillar is the integrated systems of support. What is one of those components? If we can go to the next slide, Mr. Snowdy, thank you. Okay, the first one, which is powerful student and family engagement. How can we achieve that? Because this has been a challenge for us, as you know, is like how we involve the parents, how we empower our parents to be part of this. There are 2 things that we're going to do for this. Number 1, we are launching and we are going to be opening in September, and we're going to send you next week an invitation to all of you so you can mark your calendars for September, because we're going to have a big inauguration for each one. We're going to have our community, no more parent centers, we're going to have community centers in the district. Where are they located? North Valley Elementary, Santa Teresa High School, Gadsden High School, and Chaparral High School. This is one of the initiatives. I'll talk about it soon. The other initiative that we're going to have, there is this new research model. New Mexico PED is going to start. They barely hired somebody to start working on this model. Last year, we had the opportunity to attend a national conference on parental involvement, and we learned about this initiative. This is coming from a doctor on Harvard, and that's the only research-based innovation idea on how we can provide more parental involvement. The name is called Dual Capacity Building Framework. If you want to double-click on the Dual Capacity Framework so they have an idea of the model. This is kind of like the high reliability model. It's like a 3-year process implementation. So it's not something that is going to happen like, okay, this year we're doing it and next month it's happening. It's not. It's a process that we're going to be developing, because it starts like training administrators and teachers and provide all the PD and information we need to create that. What is great about this is how aligned it is to the high reliability framework. Implementing this model will take us to the level 5 of the high reliability framework completely. So it's kind of like integrating the systems, and we start with this implementation this year. And if we go to the next slide, Mr. Snowdy, thank you. Okay, what are going to be the Gadsden community centers? I told you already where they're going to be. Those Gadsden centers, communities, we really want to become a community district. We really want to have a space for the communities to happen, where the things can happen for the community and empower the community. What are the things that we're doing? The community centers are going to have, we have 3 food banks every month in the district. We're going to have a 4th one with Casa de Peregrinos. But we have at the centers a permanent food bank for every day for families in need. They can just go and find food there, and it's going to be non-perishable goods. We're going to have over there at the centers a permanent clothing bank We're gonna working with that in collaboration with the Lions Club. They bringing us all the donations for the clothing bank. So we have amazing collaborations, different partnerships. We are gonna be working with the Clínicas de la Familia. They're gonna start with telehealth services at the North Valley Center, providing the telehealth services from there. They're gonna have an office. When you go visit the centers, you're gonna see how beautiful and amazing they are and how we're gonna be able to provide all those things. We're gonna have dental clinics. I don't know if you're able to see the dentists outside. The dental clinics are coming. They're gonna be coming and providing services at the elementary schools. They're gonna go to every elementary school one day. We're scheduling right now, working on that. But they're gonna be bringing Wednesdays afternoons when the kids leave school at 12. They're gonna start providing services from 12 to 4 in the community centers. So they are a service for the parents that they can go and provide and bring the kids for those dental services. They just need to provide information, Medicaid or whatever they have. They take a lot of insurances. So that's another service that's gonna be. What else we're gonna be having there? We're gonna have something that is called plazas comunitarias. We're working in collaboration with the Mexican consulate. The Mexican consulate is having a permanent place on each one of our centers. They're gonna be coming, providing education to our families, resources and all that. Plazas comunitarias, what it means, in each one of our centers, we're gonna have permanent 3 computers for our parents. They can go and use the computers anytime they want at the centers. They're gonna have access to computers, to printers, to whatever they need. On the plazas comunitarias, our parents that are coming from Mexico, if they never finish their education in Mexico, connecting to this program, they say the parent finished their education on primero de secundaria. How they finish their education. Through this program, the parents connect and they come to the centers and work on the computer and finish it at their own pace. It can take them 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, 2 years. It's at their own pace. When they finish, they got the high school diploma from Mexico and a GED from this country. So it's a way that we can empower and support our families. We're gonna be working with Welfare Solutions also with these computers. They wanna come bring in programs to the parents on training, on how to find a job, or how to get an interview. We're connecting the parents with all that. That's another thing. Besides that, you know, we have the constant that we have the English classes, the GED classes, parenting classes, nutrition classes. They're gonna continue at the centers. What else that is innovative on the community centers? The centers are gonna be open until 6 or 7 in the afternoon, according to the needs of the school. We're gonna be working very closely with the high school principals on the centers, because one of the things we're gonna be doing, and that's one of the requirements of community schools, is like once a month, we're gonna be having community meetings. Who is part of those community meetings? Administrators, teachers, students, parents, community members. So we're gonna try to select a community team for every school. We're gonna be open this to the community so that every month we're gonna go and discuss issues from the district, strategic plan, how are we working, what is not working, what is the innovations, what are the things, what are the concerns, so that we together as a community, we can come with how we can be more involved, and it's gonna be a way that we want to really involve the community, leading these community meetings at every center every month. We're gonna be doing a lot of student focus groups. We're working right now with different, like the mental health therapists are gonna be leading some of these student focus groups in the afternoon. How can we provide more support to the students to discuss mental health, social issues, emotional issues, things that they wanna discuss and concern. So we are organizing that. Actually, next week we have a meeting with an amazing provider that seems like he wants to really lead all these youth conversations and things. So we are in conversations with that. So we really want the center to be open in the afternoons for the students to do concerns. So something else that is on these centers, you're gonna see we have a washing and drying machine on each center, accessible to each one of our students or parents when they have the need for it. Besides that, we're gonna provide the restorative practices. That is one of the innovation things that we're doing on SEL on the district. They're gonna be happening on the afternoons of the centers. So mental health therapists and some counselors are gonna be helping us guiding all this like an after-school activity so that we can bring the kids to do more things, get empowered, do things that they have a space to express their voice. And we're gonna have all these student support programs. And we can go to the next slide, Mr. Snowdy, thank you. Okay, who are our community partners? We have a lot, and I know I'm forgetting some, but it's like a couple of them is like we're working on partnership, Casa de Peregrinos, Roadrunner Food Bank, Lions Clubs, Anthony Rotary Club, El Paso Dentistry for Kids, Clínica de la Familia, Engage, NMSU, KidsCan. KidsCan is a program that is going to be bringing after-school programs on on kids that want to be entrepreneurs. So it's something completely different after school programs that we bring in with them. We're going to be working on future partnership. A big partnership that we're looking for is with AmeriCorps, because that's an amazing organization that can really bring a lot of support to our kids and the community. So we are on conversations with them. We don't know exactly how that looks, but we are looking for a great partnership too. And if we can go to the next slide. So that was just the first part of community schools. What is the second pillar or the second strategy? It's like how we can create collaboration with leadership, share power, and voice to create a professional learning, collective trust, and share responsibility. Every center is going to have a school-based leadership team with representation, and those are the people that are going to be leading those community meetings. What I told you before, students, parents, community members, administrators, and community school coordinator. The community meetings will take place during the year to involve the stakeholders in all the district initiatives and in the strategic plan. And if we go to the next slide, Mr. Snowdy, thank you. Okay, what is the other strategy to become a community school or community district? We need to have expanded, culturally enriched learning opportunities. What are we doing with this? This is what is all the out-of-school time that we have. We're going to continue providing in all the schools high-dosage tutoring with Sylvan, all the STEM programs and all the activities that we have. But if we can click, we can show you the partnership with NMSU right now that we have, just so you have an idea of the activities that we have on secondary and elementary. And this is not all of them because there's still more things coming. Just on elementaries, you can see by school the amount of activities in after school that each school is having in the district. It's like we're having tons of after school to enrich the lives of our kids. And that's the intention of it. So it's like if parents come and tell you, and it's like, really, our principals, I don't know how they're balancing all this. It's amazing, it's wonderful, and there's more things that are gonna be added. And that's what's happening just at the elementary level. And here, this is gonna be posted on the website so you can see, and that's on secondaries. So you can see all the activities on every secondary, all the things that are happening on Century 21. It's like a lot of activities plus the ones that we are adding with the high dosage tutoring and with Kids Can. So there's a lot of things, and that's something that is very important in community school. That's why I say we are a community district. Each one of our schools has all these opportunities. So we can go to the next slide. Thank you, Mr. Snowdy. Okay, what is the other part? They have to be a community school. You have the rigor on the curriculum and the instruction. And that is something that is happening not only on one school. It's like, you know how we are implementing the high reliability framework. Following the high reliability framework, the level 2, the level 3, and the level 4 on the, if you remember, the high reliability framework is 5 levels. So level 2, 3, and 4 has to be completely with curriculum and the implementation and the fidelity on the curriculum. And if we can click on the Gadsden curriculum, you know, is the one Ms. Hernandez showed you, or Chief Academic Officer showed you, that this is posted already on the website. At the community center, we're gonna be educating on parents on how to use this, because this is as powerful as understanding. If my child is going to 3rd grade, you just have to click on 3rd grade. You're gonna see it in English, you're gonna see it in Spanish. You're gonna know exactly what your kid is learning at that grade and how he's learning it. So this is the first year that we're putting all the scales like this. We finally have them all. I know special ed is still in construction, it's almost done. We hope to finish everything on the next 3 weeks. But every single classroom is following this in the district, and this part of the high reliability leading by Ms. Hernandez. And we are gonna use our community centers to connect our parents with this and help them use this resource for them to understand how they can support the kids and what the kids are learning. And you can go to the next slide. That's when it comes to rigorous curriculum. We are aligned. We see in the reliability framework from Marzano in place. This is going to be an amazing year when it comes to instruction in the district. What is the other one? This is an innovation from New Mexico PET, because this is not a federal requirement, but it's a PET requirement. It's something that we are very happy to say, a culture of belonging, safety, and care. This is when it goes in place with the level 1 on the reliability framework, which is safe and cultural schools, like provide the safe and supportive and collaborative environment to the schools. We have it. What we have, if we can click on the counseling support, so you can just see how the role of the counselor in every school is playing. We developed this program. This is developed by our social emotional learning coordinator and our lead counselor. And it's amazing how we're putting all this together. We're putting a comprehensive services to start providing SEL. And if we can go to the other slide, you can see the SEL, Learning Emotional Program in the district, the framework that we developed for the district. And what it is how we are supporting our teachers. So this year, when the teachers are using these scales, and as you know, the teachers are using something that we call the unit plan. Now, SEL plays a role over there, supporting by all these resources. And we are providing, our SEL coordinator is going to continue providing the support to administrators and teachers. So we still have teachers that tell us, what is SEL? And it's like, okay, come on, really? It's like we are trying to make sure that everybody knows, everybody's on board, and it's going to be part of the unit plan. So SEL is taking care on every classroom of the school this year. It's one of our goals. And we can go to the next slide. It's like how we have integrated systems of support. And that is something that with the leadership of Ms. Hernandez, Ms. Gaona, they're doing an amazing thing, putting together MLSS and HRS together. So we have an integration of system of the layers of support. What are the layers of support? They are not only on the academic level, and it's like, that's when we say the kids, we need to know and provide all the interventions at the level. So we have a very solid system when it comes to intervention on academics. But what the other side, we have the mental health services, the therapists on the mental health services, those are on the level, on the layer 3. We have the social work, the federal social workers, because they're providing all the services, making sure the Maslow comes before anything on Bloom, so that we provide the basic service, the basic needs of our families. We have the attendance advocates that are knocking on doors and trying to create the most positive way, the interventions for attendance for the students. We want to bring them. That's why we have things like this STEM technology initiatives that you see. We want to bring the kids back. We want the kids here in the classrooms. We also have our parent ambassadors connecting the parents with the schools and providing all the services at the community centers. We have our food banks. We have clothing banks. We have the school-based health centers. We have the telemedicine. We have dental services. And that's part of the interventions that we have. So we have completely integrated systems of support. So you can go to the next one, Mr. Snoddy. The sustainability, how are we going to sustain this? Because we are not applying for a community school grant. We are sustaining this through Title I and Title IV. There's a component where we can use, and there's another federal grants that we're going to be applying very soon to keep the sustainability. So we are creating a structure for us to become a community district, being able to do it through Title I, Title IV, and external grants from the federal government directly. And just to remind all of us why we're here for. Education is to improve the lives of others, but for living our community and our world better than we found it, and that's what we want to do. And on this, I would like also to let you recognize, so Ms. Genevieve Melendez, if you can come here, please. I want to introduce you to you, our new coordinator for all the community centers. Ms. Genevieve Melendez is in charge of this. Yeah, we're so happy, we're so proud, because she's going to do an amazing job bringing the community and putting the community together.
Thank you so much.
So, thank you, and if you have any questions, that's it.
Muchísimas gracias por todo su trabajo, Ms. Rosie. Thank you so much for all your hard work.
Thank you. Yeah, this is real hard, but it's worth it. Our kids deserve everything. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Villalobos. Okay, our next item is our student activities. Student representative, we have Luis Rodriguez, who's a senior at Chaparral High School.
Hi, everyone. I am Luis Rodriguez, and I'm the senior representative from Chaparral High School. Chaparral High School is off to a great year. First off, with some recent events happening at our campus, both senior sunrise events went well, with a lot of seniors coming to participate and support the class. The Smart Pass has been implemented today, with teachers having training yesterday, and it's still slow with the internet issues, but it should be better when the internet gets better. 80% of the students have gotten their ID, and the rest will get them when the internet gets back up. CHS sports are off to a good start. Football had a scrimmage last week against Gadsden, and they're facing them again tomorrow. The varsity volleyball girls had a game on Tuesday, and they won 3-2. they won 3-2 against Mountain View, and they're going to a tournament today on Mountain View. Finally, CHS has gotten straight there on tardies, absences, and phone usage, creating new policies to limit student distractions.
Thank you. Thank you. Moving on to board member reports, I'll go ahead and begin with Vice President Claudia Rodriguez.
Thank you. Well, all I want to say is, as you can see, everyone is working hard and doing great things in Gadsden. I know it was a lot of information, but the good thing is that you can go back and view it online if you didn't capture all of the information. But yes, I think I'm not. I think it was on purpose. No, thank you. Parents, thank you for being here. Always participate. You know, it's important for you all to be present, not only when there's difficulties, but be present when there's great things happening, right? So participate. Having those community centers is going to be phenomenal, something that, you know, we have access to many things. I know there's also another thing that I would like to mention is like the vaccines. Our district is very fortunate to be able to get vaccines. Instead of having to go to the doctor, that can happen here within the district. So there's many, many things. And again, be present, be visible, ask questions. If you don't know, there's a high possibility that it exists in Gadsden. So if you don't know it, and if you're interested in something, talk to your principals. That's a great place to be at. And as always, just a friendly reminder, you know, there's always coffee with the superintendent, and then there's coffee with the principals. So with the principals, when you attend, you're going to get information from within the campus that your students go. So please attend those as well.
Thank you. Thank you, Ma'am. Moving on to Secretary Murillo.
Good evening, everybody. First of all, thank you to Mr. Smith for your hospitality. I'm sorry I didn't make the little social and the food early dinner. Welcome, Ms. Soto, to the family of Sunrise Elementary. I really like the students, you know, learning. I think music is important, and Vivaldi, who knows about him, right? Unless you get introduced to that, especially nowadays with this new generation. Mesa USA, thank you to Ms. Viramontes. I know you're not here, but thank you for supporting our Mesa students. I think I believe it was last school year that they brought the presentation to us, and one thing that I did ask, and I'm gonna continue to push for, is if there's a way that we can implement all these programs into our district, because I think it is amazing. You know, it is true that it's something that we're going through, the waste of food at the cafeterias. The kids don't like the food, and I think if we can implement what the kids are presenting to our district, I think what better way, right? We're building the future within our district. It was funny, but I really like our tech kings. I did one of my presentations as one of my finals during my master's. It was one of the finals in one of my classes, and I presented a tech talk, and they had some wigs. So that was one of my finals, and I remember, so it was kind of funny seeing you guys here without the wigs and without the glasses. And so if you guys haven't been involved into the TikToks, it is very informational. You do learn, but also it's kind of like funny. So it doesn't match your personality, which is kind of like weird. So thank you so much for that. I do have a question. You guys mentioned the Gadsden Festival, and you mentioned the hours, but not the location, or unless I missed it. No, right? Do you guys have that? Okay, thank you. And then I do want to mention, and I hate to put people on the spot, but I think it's important because parents, you know, they bring a lot of negatives, and then there's very few positives, and I really want to highlight this positive because I was able to see from the beginning all the way to the end, and it's still in progress. But I want to give a big shout out to Ms. Rosie Villalobos, because there was a student in a high school that was homeless, and they reacted right away. I got a call from the state, for us to support the student with some of the disabilities. But by the time that I made those phone calls, you guys have got it within 24 hours. So thank you. I know this is very common to you guys, but for me, it's not common to see. So for me to be able to see all that, thank you so much for everything that you guys do for our students, because we don't get to see behind the scenes. But with that specific students, it was just amazing to follow it. And then I made a phone call today, and I said, I just wanted to see, do you guys need anything? They're like, no, Ms. Rosa Villalobos got her team together, and they jump on it. So thank you so much for that. Yes. And then, thank you to Mr. Rodriguez, Mr. Luis. One thing that I do ask, and I've been asking this, I think this is my second year asking this, student voice. We love to hear what you guys are doing at your schools, but also bring the concerns and let us know how we can support you. Be part of the conversation, because I think it's important, the work that you guys do and the representation that you do to your school, but there's sometimes important topics and discussions that we talk that will affect your school, and so we invite you to be part of those conversations, right? And I know at the end of the day we vote, but I truly believe that your voice is important to us, and we'll take that. Okay, so spread the word for the future leaders. And that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Moving on to Board Member Lira.
Thank you guys for having us here. I want to thank Sunrise Elementary for hosting us. I haven't been to Chaparral, to the community of Chaparral, and to this area in many years, and I'm happy. I see it thriving. It's so big. It's growing so much. There's so many housing, and I'm surprised. I'm happy to see that the community that is represented down here, it's growing. The Tech Kings, it's amazing, the opportunities that you truly give to kids. I think that these are the opportunities that kids want, because that's what they relate to, that's where they engage, and you guys see it in the numbers of kids wanting to participate in those programs. So I want to thank you guys for everything that you have done to keep that engagement, and for all of the work that you guys put in it. As well, I'm super happy to actually see the community district model. That's just wow. I think that if we're able to pull it off and execute it correctly, that's going to bring so much benefit to the community. It just gives endless resources and gives so much opportunities for everyone in our district. So thank you all for the work that you guys have done. Things like this make me realize that Gadsden is in the right path for us to achieve what we all want, which is success for our students. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, sir. I'd like to start my report again by thanking Mr. Smith and Assistant Principal Soto. Welcome to Sunrise Elementary, ma'am. Thank you for all your hard work, and thank you to Ms. Maria, her mom, Ms. Joanna. Thank you for the hospitality. Thank you for the food. It was very delicious. Pollo y brisket, very good, delicious. Maybe they can go box, maybe. I'd also I know when Principal Smith came on board here at Sunrise, something that struck me, and I haven't told you, sir, is the Aztec sun. And so I would encourage you. I do have connections so that you can have somebody who can teach our kids about the Aztec sun, and you could possibly bring in a third language to our district. To our school, which is not what language. Yes, good. What else? I also wanted to take the opportunity to remind our kinder students, not only at Sunrise Elementary, but throughout the district. And I wouldn't be saying this unless I do it myself. So thank you to Director Tarazona. There was a meeting today for Sunrise Elementary kindergarten parents. And there is still the opportunity, folks, for you to enroll your child in a dual language program. I do believe in it. And so, I'm proud to say that, I did enroll my own 5-year-old into the program. And so I'm committed to it. And so it's exciting. And I really encourage parents to do that. I have 4 kids. Unfortunately, I was not able to enroll the other 3 because I was a teacher either in a maintenance model or when I was in a dual language teacher. Beatriz was like 2 years old, so she couldn't. So it is a blessing to have dual language here in our district. I would encourage all parents to enroll your kids there are definitely benefits to being bilingual. And, hopefully one day I do see our district maybe bringing a third language, but I really appreciate all your hard work, Director Tarazona, and thank you, Mr. Dempsey, for your support. And thank you so much. Thank you. The other thing is I wanted to take the time to thank Rina Viramontes. She is, again, like Principal Williams mentioned, she's no longer with the Gadsden District, but I wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors, Rina. Thank you so much for all your hard work. You've got students that have graduated. They're now doctors, teachers. Some of them are still in college, but, this teacher, if you know her, she shows dedication. And so, every graduation at Chaparral High School, I always see her with her husband, attending the graduations because our kids love her and they send her invitations and she shows up. This past graduation, she had a bouquet of roses to give to each of her students, and she's blessed now to bring her little one with her. And so I thank you so much. I do have a small gift that I'll probably stop by at NMSU to give to you. And what it is, it's an angel holding an apple, and it says, "You're the best. Thank you for your dedication. You were an angel. You are an angel here in the community of Chaparral." And that's exciting to hear from Dr. Acosta, who also helped her these couple of last years, share that she will still be part of the Gadsden community in her new role as in the office of, I think you said STEM through NMSU. So thank you so much. And so we look forward to continuing to work with you. And then the other thing I want to encourage our parents and community is to remind all of us that, fall sports are full and way. Tomorrow is the open seasoner for Santa Teresa High School. I'm not sure who they're playing, but best of luck to you all. And then it's exciting because it's my favorite time of the year because we get to watch our marching bands perform. So please go out and support, our high schools. Tomorrow here at Chaparral, folks, we're going to have our season opener where Gadsden Panthers take on the Chaparral Lobos. And for those of you who know, I am a Gadsden graduate, class of 1994, but I'm also parent of the Chaparral High School, so I got my t-shirt with both. I'll be cheering on both. So, perdónenme si van a decir, esta señora está loca porque está gritando por los dos equipos, but, best of luck to both teams. And remember, we watched a video this week with Mr. Martinez. Says we compete with class, and it's about having fun, okay? But I do encourage you to go out there. Remember, GoFan is how you buy your tickets. And also a reminder to the public that when you go out to Las Cruces Public Schools to see our kids, you're also going to have to use GoFan now to purchase your tickets. And a reminder that if you do go out to Las Cruces Public Schools, you need to take clear bags because they're implementing a clear bag policy over there at the stadium. What else? I think that's it for me for this evening, but thank you so much, parents, for joining us. Thank you to those of you who have stayed throughout the whole meeting. And just a reminder, I know that it's hard sometimes, to attend our meetings, but do know that you can join us at our meetings via YouTube live stream. And of course, you can always watch the recordings as many times as you want, okay? And with that, I conclude my my report. Moving on now to our agenda item 5, which is Human Resource Report. That is just for public knowledge. No action is required on behalf of the school board. Moving on to item 6, I would like to make a motion that we accept the agenda as is. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to item 7, do I hear a motion?
I make a motion that we accept the regular school board minutes for August 8, 2024.
Okay. Secretary Murillo has made a motion to accept our regular school board meeting minutes for August the 8th. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to item 8, do I hear a motion?
I'd like to make a motion. I'd like to make a motion to accept the consent agenda as is.
Ms. Rodriguez has made a motion to accept the consent agenda as is. Are there any questions, comments, or concerns regarding the consent agenda? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to 9, Ms. Delgado, do we have any speakers this evening that would like to address the board?
Madam President, we have none.
Thank you, ma'am. Moving on to action items, we do not have any this evening, folks. But we do have discussion items. So the first discussion item for this evening is New Mexico, actually, NMSBA Policy Advisory J4550, JJJ, Superintendent Dempsey.
Madam President, board members, Ms. Nugis is going to help us on this item.
Good evening, Madam President, members of the board, Superintendent Dempsey. I bring to you for discussion Policy J4550, or JJJ. The policy currently outlines the guidelines we follow for extracurricular eligibility. These guidelines are based on the New Mexico Activities Association and the Gadsden Handbook. Due to the potential for frequent updates and possible changes, we are suggesting that the policy as currently written be replaced with a statement that better addresses the potential of changes that may occur. The new verbiage would state that by definition, we will follow the NMA handbook and adjust the Gadsden handbook as necessary or at a minimum annually. Basically, by referring to the NMAA and Gadsden handbooks, we will ensure that the policy is up to date at all times. Any questions?
Any questions, comments, or concerns for Ms. Nugis? No? Okay. No, see it away.
Okay, thank you very
Thank
much.
you, ma'am.
Have a wonderful evening.
Okay, moving on to discussion item 11B, review candidates for District 4, Gadsden Independent School Board of Education. Superintendent Dempsey.
Madam President, board members, thank you. We submitted or advertised the open position. People were given an opportunity to submit. We had 4 individuals who submitted. They are Ashley Chavez, Jose Salgado, Andrew Morales, and Richard Hernandez. Those are the individuals. Each of you have been provided, I just sent to you a few minutes ago, so you might haven't seen it yet, in your district email, what they submitted. And so the idea was to give us an idea of what skills they have or are bringing to the table or their interest. And so the plan at this point is we have a special meeting scheduled for the 29th at 5 o'clock at GAC, where you could conduct candidate interviews, and then you could, if you choose to, take possible action that evening. At this point, I wonder, I want to make sure the board's comfortable with that process, and I'd ask what you might need from me or our staff to help facilitate that process.
Here you go.
For the interviews, it's going to be like an open forum. What's the setting that we're going to be using? Oh, it's in the email? Okay, I'll read over the email.
Yeah, Madam President, board members, and it has to be done in open forum. So I just want you to think through that, and I feel like that's exactly kind of where you're headed. You want to make sure there's a process, and please communicate with me on what you would like that process to look like, and then Ms. Flores and I can work together to make sure it rolls out. But it does have to be done in an open meeting, so I just want to prepare you that that's where that has to be done, and it does get a little bit, I don't know if the right word's awkward, but it can be a little uncomfortable because you're asking each of the candidates a set of questions. And I emailed each of you a draft of questions. Ms. Murillo, I know you added one, and I can send that back to you just so you can take a look at it. If we need to make changes to those, we want to have that done, probably by Monday so that everybody gets a chance to review those and make sure you're comfortable. And if we've missed something, let's go ahead and add that now so that, we make sure to ask that question.
Any further questions, comments? No? Okay, thank you, sir. Moving on to discussion item 11C, June 30th, 2024, year-end financial report. Superintendent Dempsey.
Madam President, board members, Ms. Martinez will present this item.
Good afternoon, Madam President, members of the board, Superintendent Dempsey. I bring to you the quarterly report, which is also the final report for 2024. Um, Operational fund revenues as of June 30th, 2024 were $161.7 million. Operational expenditures were $161.9 million. So there's a $170 difference there compared the revenues, when we compare revenues to expenditures. As of June 30th, 2024, our operational cash balance was $66.2 million after temporary loans of $13 million. The grant funds, the cash balance was reduced to 53.1. As of June 30th, 2024, the PED and other agencies owed the district approximately $14.6 million. Total revenues for all funds were $312.3 million, and expenditures were $279.7 million. Direct instruction expenditures at that time were 62.46% of total operational expenditures. As of June 30th, all investments were in compliance with pledged collateral. Questions, comments?
One question, is the PED getting like faster?
I'm sorry?
Is the PED getting faster in reimbursing, or is it the same?
You know, they've done a better job. Yeah. I said compared to a couple of years ago, they have gotten some reimbursements faster. They're asking a lot more questions and being a little more pickier with our reimbursements, but once we get those answers, our reimbursements are coming in faster.
Thank you. Any further questions, comments, or concerns? Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Presentation. Okay, moving on to our upcoming board meetings and events. They're listed there. Just again, a reminder, as Mr. Dempsey had mentioned, next August the 29th, we'll be having our special school board meeting to interview the next school board member. Any questions, comments regarding our upcoming events? Just make sure you put those in your calendars and plan accordingly. Mr. Dempsey, did you have something to say?
No, Madam President, if you want my mic, you can take it, because I'm worried that yours is breaking up.
I think I'll sound frozen here. I'm like shivery. So are there any questions, comments, concerns regarding? No? Okay. With that being said, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
We adjourn.
Sir, it actually did happen earlier. It's listed as number 9. And so, yes, and so there's a back. I apologize for us where did you get the, well, I can't discuss anything else, sir, but at the table there usually are. Sir, I'm sorry, but yeah, just a reminder to the audience that prior, what I do, sir, is at the beginning of every meeting, before I even call the meeting to order, I go ahead and remind the public that if anybody would like to speak in open forum, that there are the yellow forms that are usually presented at the entrance where you sign in. And so those need to be filled out and then turned into Mary Lou Delgado, our administrative assistant. But I do that, I'm going to say I'm 99% sure of the time, I do that to remind the public. And I apologize, I can talk to you after our meeting concludes. Okay, I'm sorry, sir.
I make a motion that we adjourn.
Ms. Murillas made a motion to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, all opposed? Motion carries. We are now adjourned. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, folks.